guys, welcome to week 9. It is Thursday. Man, this season feels like it's going by really fast, but it's been really fun, really interesting. Some surprises, both good and bad. But let's jump right into our picks for the week. Teams on bye this week, just to make sure everyone is aware: the Steelers and the 49ers. So check your fantasy lineups. Make sure you don't have anyone on either one of those teams. And let me know how your fantasy team is doing down in the comments. I'm 3-5. Don't take fantasy advice from me. Maybe. First game tonight, Thursday Night Football, the Texans and the Jets. The Jets are in absolute shambles, like literally shambles. Now, the Texans have not been putting up big offensive numbers. They have Diggs is out for the year now. Nico Collins is still hurt, but I'm still going to take them over the Jets. I don't trust the Jets to win a football game. I probably won't trust the Jets to win a football game unless they're playing the Panthers. Talent-wise, the Texans are just simply better. Cowboys and the Falcons. I'm going with the Falcons. I've been critical of Kirk Cousins, and then my only concern for the Falcons is this is not a prime time game. This is a 10 or 11 a.m. game. I can't remember when daylight savings time is because we don't have that here in Arizona, so I don't care about it. But when it happens for the rest of y'all, my first game of the day starts at 11, which is great. If not, it starts at 10. But I'm going to go with the Falcons because I just simply think they're better offensively. The Cowboys defense has not been good this year. And I think Kirk Cousins shows out at home. You know, he likes it in Atlanta. Ravens and the Broncos. I'm still not a believer. I'll never be a believer. I am a Chargers fan, right? Yes, I'm biased completely. I own that bias. But the Ravens, regardless of who the Broncos quarterback is, the Ravens are a better football team. The Ravens need a get-back game after how they acted and performed against the Browns and probably ruined all of our parlays, right? Right? So I think the Ravens are going to take that out on the Broncos. Dolphins and the Bills. The Bills are firing on all cylinders. Josh Allen did throw an interception, right? He has one. Him and Justin Herbert are the only ones who have started every game this season that have one interception. No one has none who has started every game. But Josh Allen is playing incredible. The Dolphins did not look good. They were not able to get Tyreek the ball last week. They looked better. I'm not editing that. They looked better with Tua, but they're not even in the same ballpark as the Bills. The Bills are winning this football game. And Keon Coleman, look out for him. He's going to score twice. Saints and the Panthers, in probably a matchup no one wants to watch. The worst team in football in the Panthers, and the dirtiest team in football, the Saints. I have zero respect for the Saints after last week, but the Saints are going to win this football game because the Panthers are absolute hot garbage. I hope the Panthers win. I don't think they will. Raiders and the Bengals. Both of these teams had close losses last week. Both of these teams, I want to say they're the same, but the Bengals are way better in terms of quarterback situation and having an actual number one receiver. The Bengals should not be in the position they're in. They're in the position they're in because they're not putting teams away. They're at home. They're against the Raiders, who are not very good. I fully expect them to win, which probably means the Raiders are going to win by 17. But I am going to go with the Bengals. Chargers and the Browns. The Chargers historically do not travel well west to east. Okay, whether it's a morning game or an afternoon game, it does not matter. Now, that being said, I think the Browns gave everything they had last week to the Ravens, a division rival, and I think the Chargers are going to go into Cleveland. Justin Herbert's going to do his thing. They're going to move the ball enough. They're going to get McConkey involved early. They're going to run the ball with Dobbins, and they are going to win 24-17. Washington and the Giants. I'm going with the Commanders because they've earned it. They're leading that division. The Giants are awful. Danny Dimes is a terrible quarterback for the NFL. which means he's way better than me. I'm not an NFL quarterback, right? I'm just an idiot fan, right? But as someone who's watched a lot of football, no, man. Jaden Daniels bailed out his team last week with one of the coolest Hail Marys I think we have ever seen against the Bears. And I think they're going to go into New Jersey and beat the Giants and get another division win. In a game probably no one wants to watch, including the Titans fan base, is the Patriots and the Titans. The Patriots are good last week. They look serviceable, like a serviceable football team. Gerard Mayo is working with what he has. They're in full rebuild mode. The Titans are in full panic mode. And I think that the Pats defense and their discipline is going to get them this win. It'll probably be low scoring. The Bears and the Cardinals. I'm going with the Cardinals. The Cardinals have burned me the last couple of weeks in terms of winning football games and how they've played, that now I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They're at home. They play very well at home. Kyler's looked very good. Historically in November, that's where his dip starts, right, is in November. So I think he's got a lot to prove. I think that he's going to beat up on the Bears defense. I think they're going to get McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr. involved early, and they are going to beat the Bears. Jaguars and the Eagles. The Eagles proved something to me last week. I wouldn't say I thought they were done. They're too talented to be done. But I didn't think they had that offensive performance in them, and they came out and proved otherwise against the Bengals. And Jalen Hurts is still that guy. He's still that guy. I'm not saying he's great or anything like that, but for his scheme, for his team, for what he is, he can win football games, period. And the Jaguars have looked very good offensively, but they cannot put teams away. They just can't put teams away. They don't have whatever it is to finish teams. And I think the Eagles do. The Eagles are at home. And I think they're going to beat the Jaguars. Expect the Eagles to score a lot of points. This could be a shootout. Lions and the Packers in a very anticipated game. Like it's a division game. It's an NFC North game. The Lions, what have they averaged? Like 31 points the last 3 weeks? That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Goff barely had to throw the ball last week, and he still looked like an MVP. He threw the ball 15 times, and they scored over 30 points. The biggest thing that separates these two teams, the Lions have the best special teams in the league. Their punt returns and kick returns give them short fields. And if the Packers can mitigate that, because you're not going to fully stop it, right? But if they could lessen the impact of that, they will stay in this game. This could be a shootout too. Now it's getting colder in Lambeau, right? They're outdoors, right? They're not in Ford Field. But I don't think the Lions care. Like, I really don't think the Lions care. Dan Campbell has that team acting like dogs, right? They still don't have Aiden Hutchinson, obviously, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter, and that's coaching. That's players buying in. The Lions have to be the NFC favorite to go to the Super Bowl. The Rams and the Seahawks. The Rams getting healthy makes them a different football team. They're last in the NFC West, but they might be the most put-together team when fully healthy in the NFC West, and that includes 49ers. Right, because I don't know what's going on with Christian McCaffrey. We'll talk about him in a second. But the Rams with Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp look like a different football team, right? Stafford looks more comfortable. He's always going to throw those 2 or 3 passes per game where you go, what the freak was that, right? But that's just Stafford, right? He's been like that his entire career. But when he has those guys to bail him out, basically, he can just throw the ball up, right? Puka Nacua, man, he'll just go get it. And then your Cooper Kupp is that guy. So I fully expect them to beat a Seahawks team that is dipping offensively. Geno Smith is showing. I'm not saying he wasn't worth the money at the time. I'm glad Geno got paid. I really am. But he's not elite. He's not going to lead comebacks and things like that. That's just not going to happen, and the Rams are going to win this football game. Sunday Night Football, the Colts and the Vikings. First off, the Vikings need to get back, right? They've lost a couple of bad football games. Sam Darnold needs to right the ship. They need to continue to feed Jetta, to get Justin Jefferson the ball over and over and over and over again. They should run the ball more. But they definitely need to get back. They need to make sure that they are in the conversation in the NFC North. The Colts, after what Anthony Richardson did, checking out of the game as a starting NFL quarterback, that's just unacceptable. Now, it would be way different if he was hurt or if he had a concussion. But if you've ever played football before and you tap your helmet, you're asking to be subbed because you are tired. Right? No NFL quarterback does that. Lamar runs a lot more, right? Guys like Josh Allen, Herbert, who plays hurt all the time, they don't tap their helmets. And I'm hoping this is a learning experience for Anthony Richardson because I think he's talented, right? He needs to work on his decision making, right? But he's a young quarterback, right? But tapping your helmet as a starting quarterback, your offensive line at that moment gave up on you because they're tired too, right? They're the ones that get beat up on every single play protecting you, right? So I'm hoping this is a learning experience for Anthony Richardson because, again, I think he's very talented. I think he has a chance, an opportunity, but I think that might have burned some bridges with the Colts. So they're going back with Flacco, who's a proven winner. He has a Super Bowl, right? He's older, but they seem to click better offensively with him, but I just think that Minnesota needs a get back, and this is a perfect time to do it. Monday Night Football, who cares about this game, right? No, I'm kidding. We have the very injured Buccaneers with Baker Mayfield, who is going to throw the ball to anyone. Mayfield will get his 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 picks, baby. But unfortunately, they're running into the Kansas City Chiefs, who are also hurt. They have injuries in key positions, but the Chiefs have made moves, right? They used the trade market to get an edge rusher, to get some other pieces that they need. They got a receiver, right? They got Hopkins. So once again, the Chiefs prove that they are the bane of everyone's existence because they're a well-run organization, right? As much as I hate to admit it, because I loathe the Chiefs. I hate them. My wife is from Kansas City, right? Born and raised in Kansas City. She is a Chiefs fan. I hear it all the time. She's turned my children against me. She's a Chiefs fan. I hear it all the time. And what am I supposed to say? Oh, you guys suck. They don't, because they're a well-run team. From the top down, they are well-run. And the Chiefs are going to win this football game. It'll probably be close. Look, as someone who sports bets, Patrick Mahomes should be nowhere near the MVP conversation. Nowhere near. He has more interceptions than touchdowns. But they're winning. And again, I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it until the end of the season. The Chiefs do not care about stats except for one, the final score. Because they're out to prove that they are the best dynasty of all time by winning 3 Super Bowls in a row. Because it's never been done before. So I fully expect the Chiefs to stay undefeated and to beat the Broncos. All right, guys. What do you guys think about my picks? What are your picks for this week? What is your football team, or who is your football team? Let me know down in the comments and how they're doing and what you expect them to do for the rest of the season. Let me know how you guys are liking the videos, any changes you want me to make. These seem to be gaining popularity, and I'm cool with that. But let me know if there's any changes you guys want me to make, and I hope you guys have a great football week.